Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia here, and welcome back to Overwatch. I promised a season review video, and here it is, right? Season 9 of Overwatch Competitive is over. Gone. In the past, thank God. Well, actually, not thank God. It's been a decent season. We're going to start with my main account. This is where I play tanks, boys. Well, I kind of flex, right? But most of the time I'm playing tank, whether it be Reinhardt or Diva, or Orisa, or sometimes some Hog. It's thereabouts. This account finished at 2002 rating last season. Yeah, that's the one. And it's gone up to 2,145. A climb nonetheless, but not a big climb. I'm not really worried that it's not a big climb. I just want to make sure that at this point I'm gaining SR every season. And that has happened this season. It's played a lot of games this season. It's played more games than it did last season. 115 wins, 106 losses, 7 draws. 52.04% win rate. Decent. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Gaining 143 SR on last season, it's not as big a jump as I wanted. I just wanted to get to 2300-ish, but it didn't kind of happen. It did get up to 2240 something at some stage, but it fell down pretty quickly after that. I could have just left it at that, but I didn't. I played for some reason. Looking at the individual heroes, Rein has really come to the forefront this season, with me kind of moving to a more, as I did last season, more of a main tank role rather than that one-trick sort of Diva that I was in the early stages. Diva is still up there as my second most played hero though, and she actually has a better win rate than Rein does, but I played a lot of games on Rein this season. I know my way around him at last, which is, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. Orisa's also seen quite a bit of playtime. She has the best win rate out of the tanks, I believe. I think Winston has a 50%, Roadhog has a 50%, Zarya has an 80%. What? I've got a 4-1 run record as Zarya. Perhaps I should be a Zarya main. I don't think I'm that good of a Zarya though. That's the problem. Winston's got an 8-7 record. Zen, Moira. One thing you might notice, and this is the big difference to last season, there is no Mercy. Well, there is a bit of Mercy down here, but nowhere near as prominent as she was last season. I believe she was about 3rd or 4th last season, because obviously we don't have the Mercy meta anymore. Thank goodness. And my main healer of going... I'll get it right in a minute. My go-to main healer is Moira, and my go-to off healer is either Zen or Lucio. So, someone else has had a good season for me, Lucio as well. But yeah, we're doing alright there. The best win rate is on Zarya, I think, which is again questionable. Anna's had a good win rate. That's another hero that's come to the forefront this season. Anna has been good. Farah's been good. I have 100% win rate on Widowmaker. Interesting. You'll see more Widowmaker later on. But it's been a good time for the tanks. We'll get into what I expect. We'll get on to what I expect for next season later on. If I'm sounding a bit stupid because I've just streamed, and that's the wrong account. I've just streamed for about 4.5 hours and lost about 100 SR on one of my accounts. We'll get to it in a minute. Danconia, yes, we're back. He's level 118 now. My main count is now 303. Getting up those levels. I want that silver border on that main account. Anyway, this turned into a bit of a muck-up of a season for Danconia because it's meant to be a support account, and it's mained Reinhardt, Diva, Zen, Orisa, Moira, which is not exactly the best. My Reinhardt win rate is better on this account than it is on my main, and my Diva win rate is insane. But my overall win rate is 50.70%, and we have a skill rating of 2087. Again, a climb on last season, not as much because it's an 85 skill rating climb, I think, because It finished 2002 like the other one did last season. It was only the DPS account, I think, that really differed from that. I'm pretty happy with where this account is right now. It needs to stop playing too much tank, but again, who wants to play tank at the moment? Me, I guess. I like playing tank, but it's not a good place for tanks, and it's only going to get worse. 100% win rate of Pharah. Again, I'm going to be talking about Pharah later on. McCree, another one we'll be talking about later on. Doomfist. Oh yes, I did play a game of Doomfist, I remember it now. And again, 100% win rate on Widowmaker. Maybe I should be a Widow main. Now that would be fun. It's pretty much shit or bust for my Widowmaker. It's either really, really good or really, really bad. So it's kind of... I can be consistent with other heroes. My Zen's really suffered this season. My Zen's not been good. I need to brush up on my Zen because I used to be a fairly good Zen player. In Season 5, he was, what, my second pick? Or was it my third pick? D.Va was my first pick. And it was either Junk or Zen, and then Zen or Junk. I don't know. One or the other. But this has made too much tank this season. That's for sure. And I'm hoping to change that next season. But at least it's climbing, and that's all I can ask for. But isn't it odd that it isn't the same as my main account? Something I'd just like to point out. Then we get to this account. This is my level 44 DPS account. Oh dear me. Yeah, it's mained Junkrat Tracer. It really hasn't had too much playtime. It's gone from 206 or something like that, to 1873. It's lost 100 SR tonight for you yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I could say. It's done nothing but go negative. I mean, look at the recent activity. 5 wins, 8 losses, 17 wins, 24 losses. That's not in one session, that can't be. 22 wins and 32 losses all season, a 40% win rate. That's not good. It's not good. This season, my DPS has not been that good. I have to admit that. My Tracer should be better than that. It's better than that these days. It really is. Pharah's an odd one, and McCree's an odd one, because they are new introductions, because I don't really play them. Pharah I've started playing for the up-and-coming Apocalypse I'm calling Season 10. And then McCree is because of Retribution, because I've become a lot more confident in my McCree play. I feel much more confident to play him in competitive, which is... It's a brave move. It's a brave move. Again, Anna look. Getting another look in. I don't see Anna on my support account. I'll have to have a look at that. But I want my Tracer to be better than that. I thought it was better than that, to be quite honest. It always feels like I'm doing a lot as Tracer, but then we always end up losing the game. Which is annoying, to be quite honest. See, today, I went unbeaten on McCree. Yeah, it was one game, but my Tracer's just... It's not up there right now. And I don't want to be playing Junkrat. It's not something I want to play. The problem is, we're going into a completely different season, right? I think Season 10 will be vastly different to this season. Why might you ask, that is? And I'll give you a very, very obvious answer. It's Brigitte. Brigitte Lindholm. She will be available for competitive in Season 10, i.e. Monday. And she's going to change a lot of things. It's going to be difficult to play Tracer, because she's going to shut him down. Her down, sorry. Sorry, Tracer. That's my apologies. She's going to shut... He won't be on here, but Genji down, because I don't play Genji. And if I have a look at this... Where's my Anna? 4 and 4 on Anna, see? Not bad. And then I go to my main account. I worry about my Reinhardt. Because as soon as Reinhardt gets stunned by a Brigitte's shield bash, he's dead. And then if he goes down, there's no barrier protection for the rest of the team, and then it's GG's. And it's not good. I'm really kind of worried about this. Because if my Rhine can keep up with Brigitte, if she's in literally every game, or pretty much every game, which I'm afraid she might be right now, then I'm gonna lose SR. Massively, I think. I've either got to go back to one-tricking Diva, or I've got to start really developing my Orisa, which was good at one stage, but not as good now. Certainly not as good as my Reinhardt. Or I've got to plug some time into Winston, which I've got no problem doing, but my Winston is my worst main tank. I'm better on Orisa or Rhine than I am as Winston. So with Winston, I'm trying to like give it a gradual introduction, but it's gonna take time, I think. Winston is the only good tank I can see to play against Brigitte. Orisa can kind of do it with her Fortify, but you've got to time Fortify right. If you don't have Fortify, she'll wreck you. She'll just wreck you. And this is my big problem with Brigitte. She was built wholly and solely to counter dive. But she's also countering Reinhardt, Orisa, Diva, Roadhog. She can counter all of the tanks. It really doesn't make sense. The only way you can counter Brigitte is to have long range damage on her and a way out. Diva kind of has that way out, so she's not as bad as the others. Same with Winston, has a way out. Then you're talking about long range DPS. You're talking Widowmaker. You're talking Soldier 76. You're talking Junkrat maybe. You are talking Pharah. Pharah is a major counter to Brigitte. Even McCree, you can also say, because he can perform at long range. And this draws me back to my main my DPS account. That's why I've started playing Pharah. Yes, I have a poor win rate on Pharah, but I think I'm going to have to play a lot of Pharah next season. Simply because of Brigitte. Brigitte cannot do anything to Pharah unless she hits her with a whip shot. And again, that will not one-hit kill her. So Brigitte is useless against Pharah, and I think if we see a lot of Brigitte, we're going to see a lot of Pharah. So it could get really interesting. My worry is that if this does come true, not the Pharah thing, but the much Brigitte and Brigitte beating everyone up sort of thing, I think if you main Brigitte next season, you will gain a lot of SR. A lot of SR. And that worries me. The only other thing is I could be a hypocrite and use Brigitte as an off tank, which is what people are probably going to use her as, and main her. The problem is, I don't like Brigitte. The way she plays is fine, I can play her, but I don't like her as a hero. I don't. As a Rhine main, and the person who plays Tracer, I don't like her. I don't think she's a very good hero to introduce. I had no problems with Moira, McCree, Anna, Orisa, Sombra. Apart from Sombra's recent changes, I have a problem with that, but that's not going on that. With Brigitte, it's a whole different issue. Whole different issue, and you know they're desperately trying to counter dive, and they're even making maps to try and counter dive now. Rialto is not really based for dive. It looks much more like a King's Row style map, which is interesting. We're not going to see Rialto for next season either, not yet anyway. And if they continue on with their, we're going to introduce stuff at the end of the season, we're not going to see Rialto until season 11. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see Rialto mid-season, and we don't really know how Rialto is going to play out right now. That's all. So next season is all very up in the air. which is weird. We've never seen... See, we saw Moira come in and she didn't really change everything that much. She was something that was needed. We needed another main healer that had like the healing output power that Mercy had. And we got Moira, and she just slotted into a nice slot where sometimes you use Moira, sometimes you use Mercy, sometimes you even use Anna if you want to. But Brigitte could come in and then just blow the whole thing wide open and mess everything up. If it does do that, and I'm referring back to the Mercy meta here, the devs need to jump on it. They need to jump on it blooming quickly, because it can mess people's seasons up. And people won't be happy. I mean, the Mercy meta messed a lot of people up for a very long time. It took months to get rid of it. You think about it, the Mercy meta came in just before the World Cup, and we were still seeing it. The World Cup was at BlizzCon, right? Remember, first week of November? And we were still seeing it at the end of stage 1 of the Overwatch League, which was, what, February? It took them a heck of a long time to sort the Mercy meta out. And I hope the same thing doesn't happen for Brigitte. If she's too strong, she will need to be sorted out. And I'm not talking about months, I'm talking about weeks. I'm talking about a maximum 2-3 weeks. She needs to be right, tweak, sort her out. Because, it could mess so many things up. And they are obviously nerfing other heroes. They're nerfing Tracer, they're nerfing Genji. Well, they're not nerfing Genji, they're changing the size of his deflect hitbox to represent the actual animation of his deflect, which I think is something that should have been in the game a long time ago. Why should you try and hit away from Genji and he still deflects it into you? It doesn't make any sense. Tracer now can't one-hit kill a tank with a pulse bomb. There's nerfs coming into these flankers, but then you've also brought Brigitte. Is it too heavy? I think Brigitte might be a bit strong, but hey, we'll have to wait and see until the season starts. But I'm going to end it here, I think, because I don't think there's anything for me to cover much else. But this has been the season review for Season 9 of Overwatch Competitive across my main, my DPS, and my support accounts. I'm hoping to have a good season next season. I'm just hoping to get to that 2300, 2400 range, and then I'll be happy. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.